Now, unfortunately for Jesus, he didn't really fit the mould. He didn't come from the right part of town. In fact, he came from a low-class suburb in a low-class territory called Galilee. And he didn't look like, sound like, act like anything they thought a Messiah should look like. And then there were the stories about his parents. There were rumours that perhaps he was illegitimate. And all he was just a chippy from Nazareth. Put a block of wood in his hand and he'd feel at home. He didn't look like anything that all the religious people said should be the Messiah and should be the teacher of Israel. In fact, he would feel at home right now. He just liked hanging with his mates and having a good feed. The trouble for all those in power and authority was that the people he liked hanging out with weren't the rich ones, weren't the powerful ones, weren't the ones that looked fine and had gone to school and gone to all the universities at the time. He liked hanging out with all the chippies. And in fact, he actually was known to hang out with some of the ladies that worked in the local brothels. Some of the blokes who'd been caught thieving and cheating and stealing and lying. In fact, hanging around with all those people that everybody wanted to walk away from. What they considered low class and outcasts. All those people that everybody else said was unclean and didn't belong. If you wanted to know where Jesus was, you weren't likely to find him with the rich and the powerful. You're probably likely to find him out on the streets and the byways and the highways and all the crossroads. He got a reputation. Unlike his cousin John the Baptist, who was a prophet and son of the priest, he said, "You keep saying to me that I'm a drunkard and a glutton because I like to eat and drink. John comes along, he fasts and prays, and you say he's a fanatic. You just call me a drunkard." Well, it's probably true because he liked to party. In fact, the first miracle that he ever performed was not healing someone who was sick, was not raising someone from the dead, was not calming the sea or the storm. What do you think was the first miracle that Jesus ever performed? He created, turned water into wine. There were some sore heads next morning after that party, I can tell you. Mind you, we should have worked it out. Because for 1,000 years, God had been trying to get us into our heads that God's home, God's household, was more like a wedding and a feast and a banquet than it was turning up at church on Sunday.